Hi, Soul Tribe. Thank you for joining me for today's live Q&A. And first off, I just want to say big shout out to your little baby, Rainbow Sun. I'm glad that she's doing well. That's a relief to hear. And let me just pop up. We've got a few people here for the first time. Thank you for joining us, Gigi. And just to remind everyone, if they would like questions looked at today, I will try and get to as many as I can. If you can pop them into all caps, that would be fantastic. It just helps to highlight this. And just want to say thank you also for all of your lovely comments. It's hard to put them all up. And I want to start the show with just a little bit of a general read for all of us too, because I love to be able to give something so that, at least if I can't get to your individual questions, I can give a bit of an overview. So we have this P symbol in runes. I forget how to pronounce it, but it is about joy. It's about like your well-being. It is sort of like a bit of an uplifting being in this moment of time that we're in now. So tap into those energies, those feelings is the main message from spirit, from the runes. And we'll have a look into a couple of cards just to sort of tap in and give a message to our beautiful soul tribe that's here with us right now. And I just want to say, I really feel when I do these shows, my heart connect. And it's funny, I was sitting here and wondering why I put this blue bracelet on that I've got today. And I think this is the first time that I've seen on the other side of this. This was something that I got at the Joe Dispenza event. I put this on this morning, Create Your Future. I just felt really guided to wear it. I haven't worn it since I was in the States last year. And then I noticed on the back, Spirit told me to spin it around and it says give to give. So I didn't realize that. So I do feel that this is about like me giving to the community, and there's such a beautiful flow and exchange and such a gorgeous space for our soul tribe to meet. Oh, thank you, Rainbow Sun. This was a gift from one of my gorgeous friends from the store that she works in. So let's have a look, and I'll flip these over. So the main message for spirit at the moment, and I also feel with the give to give, it's looking at if you guys can do that in any way too. It's that, what do they call it? Pay it forward. So I feel like this is sort of me, I guess, in general, paying it forward. And I just love to give too. So 8 of Wands energy. So for a lot of you right now, we might be feeling sort of a bit stagnant and difficult. 8 of Wands and 8 of Cups is where we sense a breakthrough coming. Oh, thank you. See all you lovely comments. So 8 of Wands is where we're trying too hard from a mental, physical point of view to make things manifest. And we end up chasing our tail. We end up having a compass. And instead of it pointing north saying this is what we should do, it's going round and round and round. So pause, have a look, connect deeper in to the joy, the well-being that came up in the rune, because things will shift. We have a positive card after these 2 8s. Oh, hi, Lena. Just pop your question in all caps and I'll try and get to as many as I can. So thank you for the people that are doing that too. So with the 8 of Cups, this sometimes represents where we're feeling stuck or limited. It's Saturn coming in to control this Cancerian energy, or sorry, Piscean energy of wanting to kind of be free moving and wanting to go with the flow. Something's restricting or stopping that. So a few of you guys might be feeling on pause at the moment, but the Chariot comes after the 2 8s. So this is more kind of like in the present state, or sort of perhaps midweek for some of you as well. We're right around midweek today, Thursday here in Australia, probably Wednesday for a lot of you in the in the northern hemisphere. But the Chariot is about all of a sudden like a swift kind of change as well. Oh, thank you, Jay. That's so lovely. I'm so glad that you found us. And then we've got Queen of Pentacles and Strength. So whatever feels uncertain, whatever feels restricted, whatever feels like a compass going out of control, you're about to have a breakthrough with this. So Queen of Pentacles, Strength. Let me just ask for a card around the timing, because we do have the retrogrades. I would say that this period also could be just watch your mind, watch your thoughts, because the 5 of Swords is an energy of defeat. It's a very mercurial type energy too. So we could still be looking at like what it was in the past. Just be careful how much you are reflecting on the past in this Mercury retrograde period, because we don't want to design the future based on the past. We want to tap into, what was it? We had the Chariot. So we want to move into this to start to shift and start to break up our reality. You're fine to cover your shoe. Sorry, you're not on camera. Just one of my girls. She left something near the camera, but she's out of view. So yeah, Queen of Pentacles and the Strength. So Queen of Pentacles, we're going to start to anchor some really good, solid things. So I know a lot of you feel this craving within you right now for change, or for like to be open and like to have your bigger desires met. So we do see, after some held back hardship, a few of you moving forward with that. Hey, Paige and Becca, lovely to have you here too. All right, let's see. Oh, thanks, Lena. I just realized you had a question. So again, if you guys want to ask a question, pop it in all caps and I'll try and get to as many as we can. Oh, and I can see Bianca Iwa. Hello, lovely to see you here. Or you're tagging her. I know her, so that's lovely to see her name. So Vision Quest is the potion that is the most potent one to work with at the moment. So for those of you that have got Vision Quest at home, this would be the week to tap in. So one of my daughters and I have been working with this week. It's really interesting in terms of like dream space and what's been coming up in dreams. Definitely like deep messages coming through from the unconscious as well has been coming up in dreams and things. So definitely working with a Vision Quest, getting into a higher connection with yourself. This will help you transcend and break out of this, the cards that we saw. So let me get to the first question. And we have Jake. So thank you for your question, Jake. I think you're making dinner, you said. So question, would love an update on the ET situation here on Earth. Any clarification or further guidance for us? And just reminder, guys, you can actually, you can ask personal questions or you can ask collectives too. So let me just see what we have. They're guiding me to, what deck is this? The Ascended Master's card. So heightened awareness in regards to your question. Make peace with your thoughts and your world. So even if there is ET collective energy here, which I do feel is a yes, we will get some cards around this and some more information. Definitely, this is about us coming into more of like a Buddha energy within ourselves. So if we're reminded of the story of Siddhartha, who is Buddha, he renounced and gave away a lot of his royal title and his possessions and things to pursue this path of the higher spiritual. So at the moment, this is almost like releasing our thoughts, our fears, our beliefs, a lot of the mainstream narrative when it comes to the ET question. And with this too, I do feel we're going to come into a higher connection with them. Let's have a look. Oh, thank you, Lorianne, for your question. Let me just highlight that. Okay. So 4 questions for the ET, or 4 cards for the ET question. So we have, this is interesting. So we have what looks to be a bit more of the narrative sort of being brought to the spotlight. We've got a 9 of discs with a card, the 6 of discs. So we are sort of seeing like where there's more light shining or more kind of like information released. This does feel like it will be through our community, not so much, I guess, like the TV level of things, but I do feel it's more from community, word of mouth, larger communities, smaller communities. There's still a 5 of Swords energy around this. So I do feel there is kind of like a little bit of deception, a little bit of still keeping things hidden. So I'm not seeing sort of like any major movement just yet, although we are asking the question for the moment. Let me see a bigger insight to this. Again, 5 of Swords and the Hanged Man. We need to look beyond the theatrics is the word that Spirit is giving me around this. So the Hanged Man, Jupiter energy, this represents looking at it from outside the matrix. So based on that with the Buddha card, this is again a reminder for us to go into our own individual ET connections. Oh, sorry, let me pop that one down for now. Thank you for your question, Paige. I was just highlighting it so we can bring it up. Okay, let me get to the next question. Thank you, Jake, for your question. And, oh, and Tim. So, hello and thank you, lovely Solreta. Was the Ark of the Covenant found in 1988, like the CIA file on the X post says today? Interesting, synchronistically, I also had that come up through the week. I saw, not on X, but I saw it on something else. And I did actually feel there was some truth to that. I feel it had been looked for a long time and prophesized about. I'm also seeing a timeline change come up to do with this, Tim. Thank you for this question. So, what I'm seeing is we've gone forward and back and we've jumped to different timelines, a few timelines. This is coming up in our timeline again today because it's something kind of like central to where we are at this point in time. So, whether the covenant's about to be more activated or there's something about us being able to personally tune into this, they are showing me it's a frequency thing. So certain people that might tune into this will be locked out. Other people will be perhaps have illness or even death in some situations around if they attempt to be able to unlock this. We've now come into an era and a timeline and a period of where people have a right, I guess, alignment between the heart, the mind, and the soul. And there's certain people that are in our timeline now that are able to access the information or access the worlds that come through when touching into something like this. What I see is like an esoteric kind of overlay energy. So only someone that's tuned into these higher frequencies or has specific genetic code will be able to unlock something of this sort of nature. I do see also darker entities and things that are guiding this. It doesn't mean that the covenant is dark within itself, but it does have what I would say is more kind of like a curse energy attached or associated with that. So we'll flip over these cards. Wow. Oh my gosh. Princess of Swords. So we see someone in heart energy, but they're fighting a mind battle. So this is more kind of like what I was saying about there needing to be a certain energy that's right or harmonious to do with that. And we've got a 9 of Swords, cruelty, and the Devil card. But we're in this timeline now where someone has that purity, that heart energy to be able to unlock it. And this little peacock down here, this represents another dimension. And then we also see him in heart, green energy, it's Archangel Michael. We have the Cancerian crab. So the intuition, the knowledge to be able to bring through from one world or one place to our world or our realm. So it's very interesting that this has come up again. So hopefully that helps to create more of an understanding around that from a spiritual perspective. Okay, and I can see Jim saying homeschool is a hero, 100%. One of my babies is doing homeschool at the moment with his dad. And yeah, definitely. It's a hard job. I'm definitely not a homeschool teacher unless you want to learn cards and you want to learn crystals or how to connect with spirit or how to see auras. That homeschool lesson would be a lot of fun, I would say. All right, let's go to the next question. And I'm just making sure I haven't missed any. Okay. So the next one that we have is Nancy. So hi, Solreta. What do I have to look forward to this year? Will is the potential in me being in love, or will it be a potential of me falling in love in a love relationship this year? Okay, let's have a look for Nancy. I did just see a tower card, and then the sun literally just flipped out of my deck. So you may have had a tower moment. I do feel that there is some history associated with the tower moment, but you're moving on to good things this year. So pop yourself into tapping into, like we said with the rune right at the start, anything that is kind of like you coming into like, what is it that you love about yourself? What is it that you have sort of joy and reverence around is the words that I'm getting around this. But this is also you having a glow up. So I do actually feel there's kind of like what I would say is like a mini makeover energy, but I feel like it's a makeover, not just within tweaking a few things in the physical that's going to make you feel more confident. I actually feel like this is a makeover within how you're speaking to yourself as well. So let's just get a couple of cards around that. The other thing I'm getting as I'm talking about this, there's maybe something going on potentially to do with teeth or to do with jaw. It feels around back kind of molar area. It could be that you're holding some tension there too. Sometimes we hold stress within the body. So just being conscious and releasing and relaxing around that as much as you can. Okay, so card-wise, we have healing. So that tower card that we had come up before, 4 of Swords, this is definitely that you've healed this. We're walking into something that's more hopeful, definitely more filled with love with the 9 of Cups and a brand new beginning. Let me just see timeline around this. It may only be a few months away. We've got a Knight of Cups. So yeah, if you want to go deeper into that, we can look into specifics. I'm always available for readings. But yeah, that's what I have for you, gorgeous Nancy. Thank you for your questions. And let me just see the next one that we've got. So we've got Cece. Hi, Solreta. Question: will I get back together with my ex-boyfriend, who I feel was my soulmate? If so, or if not, will I meet someone else who has a strong connection or a stronger connection with, and when? All right, this is a big question. Let me pop this one up. Okay, so let's have a look just into potential like around getting back with X. Oh, we have the Devil card. So you may be dealing with someone that is maybe potentially not 100% truthful. I actually feel like, and I'm just going to say it the way the Spirit's showing me, it's like someone who perhaps did not give as much as what you gave. So I'm seeing them with one foot in, and I'm seeing you sort of more pander to their needs, giving them everything. Just to let you know, this is sometimes the card to do with more kind of like narcissistic energies, people dealing with addiction. The lesson or the message in this is about you and about boundaries. So definitely, I would say if you are moving forward with this person, you need very clear boundaries around what is and isn't acceptable and around the type of love, care, and relationship that you need. So let's get some little clarifiers around that. Yeah, Eight of Cups. This person may have broken your heart. This is Saturn and Pisces energy. They may have tried to control you. I do feel a bit of an energy around manipulation also coming up with this. Nine of Cups. Spirit wants things for you to like, it's almost like you having dealt with this kind of situation, and then we're getting a Nine of Cups, which, I mean, there's no comparison. This is like such strict contrast. Let me just see more around the person connected with Nine of Cups. Oh, wow. This is someone who emotionally is more empathic, more kind of attuned to your thoughts, feeling, emotions. Prince of Cups for me too is someone who brings healing. So I do feel there's relationship energy for you around someone potentially bringing something much better compared to the Eight of Cups and the Devil energy. Eight of Cups. And this potentially could be around 4 months is what we're sort of seeing with this, but they are kind of hidden for you. They could be someone literally right in front of you as well. So hopefully that helps. And remember, these are general. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And I will get to another question. Thanks, Cece. Okay. So we have a question that Jake's popped up for Corbin. So question from Corbin: can you pull on his knee pain and what the source and how he can alleviate the pain? Sure. I just saw the Shaman Healer card come up. The word Spirit is showing me is poultice. And I do feel a lot of inflammation, sclerosis is also what I'm sort of seeing. This could even be potentially, and again, I'm not a doctor, we're just looking into this. So take what resonates or check out what resonates. There could even be like a little bit of sort of calcification. And we've got a Five of Wands with this, Saturn and Leo. This is a card of strife. So it is causing like, a deal of pain. This is not nice energy when we have a Five of Wands in regards to like health or pain. We've got the Sun card though. So I do feel that you will be able to shift it and alleviate it. The other herb that I was seeing was comfrey. So have an investigation into something to reduce the inflammation. Comfrey is also known as the bone knitter. And there's many other things that you can do if there is a little bit too much calcification or sort of like a bit of a cleanup needed on that level. Magnets can also be really work wonders when it comes to like shifting and dissolving things that are not supposed to be there. So yeah, we do have the Sun card with this. Let me also just check in. Again, when I ask about comfrey, I also get the Prince of Cups. I would say Tromile, Arnica, they work on the same sort of level as comfrey, a little bit different, but if you've got any of those things at home, but I did hear the word poultice. So I've even seen amazing things. One of my gorgeous friends had a piece of glass in her knee for, I'm not sure how many years. It was something crazy, like over 2 years at least. Put a comfrey poultice on, piece of glass was out within, I think it was only a day or two. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Lisa. So hopefully that helps. And Jake, you can always send me a message around this too. And let me see. So Gigi, I think this was maybe your first time here. So heard about, heard the message, eyes to see, ears to hear during a Reiki recently. Any questions about the meaning for me? Thank you so much. Sure. I feel this is around your abilities. And I saw the flash of a shaman card when I was shuffling. So I do feel this about you feeling that it's safe for you to speak your abilities. The other thing that I see is when you start to tune in, and the more that you practice, the deeper you'll go. And the deeper you go, the more that you'll see is what Spirit is showing me around this. So we've got 6 cards come out, which clearly that means there's quite a story around this. Oh my gosh, Gigi, look. It's the Hierophant. This is someone who has the ability to channel, to tap in, to receive messages from a higher place. You're going through a grounding of this. So I do feel that this is about you tapping in and getting into a deeper level of mastery when it comes to your own gifts. So you might want to, whether it's to, and I'll just pop this up on the screen. Let me just pop this up. Okay, so you may even want to tap in and discover how to see auras, because I do see a clairvoyant connection with this. So I do have this over on the Mason Jupiter Academy. So you'll see all of the details there. It's an online video class with extra bonus meditations and Q&A. But yeah, let me flick the rest of these cards. Wow. Oh my gosh, you're in like a period of discovery with yourself. Let me just pop that back down. So we have the 10 of coins. This for me sometimes is seeing someone sit in kind of like a psychic circle. So have a look into if there's any classes. I do feel this is about seeking an expert. We have the Emperor. So the Emperor being the King of Kings. The Emperor sort of like looks into all things. So this could be doing a class that's connected with multiple different things and you get to find your fit. So whether you get to try out mediumship, seeing clairvoyantly, or whether you get to like feel into psychometry and working with objects and things, this is going to unlock something deeper for you, and then you're going to take that into your wider community. So love that for you. Thank you for that cool question. Okay. Oh, you're so welcome. Thanks, Jake. And yeah, oh, Britt, that's such a lovely message. Britt Marie is saying, Corbin, sending you prayers and healing to your knee. We all are. That's so lovely. Okay. Just making sure I haven't missed anything. Okay. All right, let me get to the next question. Oh, actually, I don't want to forget to tell you guys this. So we also have coming up this Saturday, which will be Friday night if you are in the Southern Hemisphere, we have with the purchase of any potion, and this is the one I'm working with over the last couple of days, is doing like a bit of a nighttime meditative type ritual. So this just helps you to get to a deeper level. So the affirmation around the vision quest, which this is the actual color, is I am a seeker. So it's more about you connecting to your intuition, connecting to the messages yourself. But we have the online event, which will be the Aries new moon. This is all about awakening your passion and taking inspired action. So we're going to be doing specific techniques, and we're going to be working with specific things that we're healing in this Aries new moon. And it will also be a super moon. So we will have the influence of the moon being closer to Earth when we're actually doing this live. So come join us on a soul video chat where we're actually going to chat face to face with our beautiful community too. And this comes free when you purchase a potion. So I know there's a few people that are already signed up. Can't wait. Oh, you're so welcome. Let me just pop this up. So Gigi is saying, beautiful. Thank you so much. Deep appreciation. You're so welcome. And I'm really excited for you for that journey, that adventure. I do feel there's past life stuff where if you've got doubts and fears and worries about your ability to be able to do this, you've already done it before. So it's more a re-remembering. It's like you're getting your memory jogged or jump started in the gifts that you've had in many, many other lifetimes. Let me see what we have next. So I've got a question from Lena, and I'll just pop this one up. I think it's the same question. Does Victor Manuel Gomez have true live feelings for me? Thank you for your question, Lena. Okay, so I did see a Page of Wands come in. Or sorry, it was a Knight of Wands just before shuffling. Let's see what we get. So a Knight of Wands is someone perhaps showing that they have feelings, or sort of, stating it, but there's not a commitment that comes with it. So sometimes this can be what in modern day times people call F-boy energy. I'll just get another card. I'll flip these over. So what we see with this is, it's interesting. There is definitely relationship energy around you, but this feels like it's someone sort of spiritual. So I would say it feels a little bit different to the card that I saw before I shuffled, but what spirit is trying to give you is something much better, is what it feels like. So Ace of Disc and the Six of Swords. So spirit's actually like, here is like the energy or what we feel that would be a good match. And then Six of Swords, it's sometimes a vision that we can't see yet. So definitely tune in to like your own intuition, because we have a shaman come up too. But yeah, Six of Swords, Mercury and Aquarius energy. So this is tapping into like your higher thoughts, your higher feeling. With that, for me, it's this energy that we can just sense coming in etherically. It hasn't landed physically, but it is about creating that movement in that way. And then a Prince of Cups, this is someone who more is a little bit open with their thoughts and feelings and emotion. And they also sort of have a bit of a foot in the spiritual world. Hey, Ben, I was just thinking of you the other day. Lovely to have you here. And we've got a Six of Wands and the Lover's card for you as well, Lena. So I do feel there's something around potentially. Let me just ask again about that person. We have a Five of Swords around the person in question. So a Five of Swords is where like our mental energy is a bit stuck sometimes on someone. It is sometimes a card of defeat is what it's called, but it's more kind of like where our mind sort of, repetitively thinking about a situation or a person. It also sometimes is someone who has limitations, or they don't perhaps have the same level of growth that we see come up in these other cards. But yeah, you can always book a session. We can go deeper and look at it from different points of view in a full session if you like. So my bookings are over on Mason Jupiter, and using the discount code Jupiter, you'll save 10% as well. So let me have a look to the next question. So hopefully that made sense. All right. So I would say, in regards like what you're just saying, so what does that mean? Does he have feelings for me? It's not a person that's sort of like committed. There's like a spark of interest and intrigue when we get a more kind of like that Knight of Wands energy. As we were saying, it's sort of there's something there, but it feels like there could be something deeper with someone else. So there is feelings, but there's not so much like commitment there, is what we're seeing. So let me just see what other question we have. And the gorgeous Lorianne, thank you for showing up. So will my spouse's work decrease in April? Let's have a look. Okay, I'm just flipping these cards as they're showing me. I think we just got a bonus card jump out too. So what we're seeing at the moment, it does seem to be that there may be, I'm hearing the word a hold up. The first card we have is the Death card. So transformational energy, perhaps like maybe something ending and something beginning. There's the Strength card. Whatever it is though, I do feel that with this transition type energy, that he sorts it out. He makes the best of a situation, or something new even potentially comes along. We also have a Seven of Wands. So it might feel like a little bit of flying by the seat of the pants for a little bit. The Wheel of Fortune card is what you guys should focus on too. So this is like feeling into an alignment. So sometimes if it's time for us to like move on with something as well, then there can be a realignment, or we can be put into another place or another position of power. And we've got the Magnus. So there could be something to do with him perhaps finding something that he's really seen as an expert with. So the Magnus or the Magician energy, see how he's attracting all of this gold around him. And then we see perhaps a new contract So it may even be towards May, is what I'm hearing from Spirit as well. And I think we've got a lot of Taurus energy happening as well, which is like, finance and sort of material wealth and things as well. So hopefully that helps to answer your question. Thank you for your question. And let me just see. Oh, you're so welcome, beautiful. And I'm just making sure that I've got everyone. Okay, I jump to the next question. So we've got gorgeous Paige. So please, I've been extremely drained, feeling like flat out. I've been carrying all the load. Is my husband going to get enough money together for his flight and bills to get home soon? Is there anything new that I can bring in more clients to my programs, or am I meant to rest for a while? I was just going to say, this might be a few questions in one, and you've said, sorry if it's too much to ask. Let's tune into the message Spirit wants to bring through for you in the moment. So they're telling me to pick 3 cards, and that will sort of highlight on where to put your attention and energy on what's being spotlighted. So Ace of Cups, Knight of Disc, and the card of the Fool. So this is about you focusing on what you love. So with this beautiful Ace of Cups energy, this is also that hand of God giving you that, relationship energy. This is about stopping where we're thinking about like what's not working, what's like really draining us as well. So this is to reboost your energy. So Ace of Cups, see how there's a higher flow to source and to spirit. We're then seeing this open-hearted energy overflowing. I would say the highest thing at the moment to get you out of the stuck feeling, because this is really frustrating. When we get the Knight of Discs, this is that feeling of going on and dragging and dragging. And then we get the card of the Fool. I will get some clarifiers for you. Yeah, you poor thing. We've got 5 swords. This is like just so frustrating. And then we've got the Hanged Man. That's what brings the transformation with the Death card. So really seeing at it from like a higher view, I would go in, work with law of assumption, and start to tell spirit, like hold that vision of the outcome that you want. Because I feel at the moment with this, we've got like some old story stuff coming up, and the frustration is more like the dominant energy. So it would be like if we put an order into the cafe, say like the Angel Cafe, and we're putting in the energy of frustration and like the timing and everything. And so the kitchen's going to send you back here. This is like what you ordered. And you're like, no, I didn't want that. And then it builds the frustration even bigger. So we need to really clarify. We need to really hold this vision of seeing him home, seeing him like on that flight, you embracing him. This is kind of the energy we're getting from the cards, is more tapping into the actual feeling that you want overall. So hopefully that helps to answer a couple of those questions. And let me tap in. Okay. Oh, thanks, Lisa, for your question too. Okay. Just highlighting a few of them. Oh, thank you for the reminder. I always forget to say that. I've got it down the bottom to remind me. But yeah, we are growing, and I do love being able to bring these shows to you guys too. And Lena, I can still feel your energy around your question. So let me just say, with that, and still feeling the energy around your question with that particular person, there is some belief systems that you have about yourself, and in regards to love, not feeling seen. Definitely, I would we've got the card of peace come up around this too. Oh, thank you, Jim. That's so lovely of you. All right, let's see what the next question we have is. So we have one from Christy Valentine. I love the name, so pretty. So wondering, please, in this particular case, if one feels stuck other than the calling on angels, guides, source, can you please speak about grounding? Sure, let's have a look to you specifically as well. Okay, they're telling me to go to the Star Tarot. So I'm actually seeing a green crystal at the moment. So there's grounding. I'm seeing 2. I'm seeing a green obsidian, which helps us. It comes from Mount Rainier in the States, from the volcano, or St. Helens. which is the other giant volcano in the same state. So anyway, I'm seeing that and malachite. Let me see if I've got any to show you. I don't think I have malachite down here. This is green obsidian. This is a cut one. But this helps us to sort of like tap into, our psychic vision, and it's especially connected to do with the heart too, but it helps us to see things clearly. Malachite's also connected to heart. So there's something, and I just saw your beautiful green. So there's something for you at the moment about grounding, but it's grounding in your heart. So we could just ground and stand outside, but are we really anchored in the body? There's something about working with your heart and your heart being magnetic. So the cards that we have around this for you, we've got a 6 of Cups. This is inner child stuff. So definitely tapping in, working with healing any inner child stuff. It's the sun shining in on Scorpio. So Scorpio being ruled by the moon, we don't often sort of clearly see where the layers of healing are. So with the sun coming in with the 6 of Cups, have a look into, like, is anything coming up into your heart at the moment that's making you feel ungrounded? Because we do have conflict and 5 of Wands, which is strife energy. And then we also have the 2 of Wands. So there's kind of like a wee vision around this, and a 10 of Swords. You know what I'm feeling for you, beautiful? With the 10 of Swords energy, I don't know, I don't think I'm allowed to say the S word, or whether it puts a different kind of coding on this show, but you've had enough of other people's, we're going to use the word stuff, but Spirit wants to say the S word. So I do feel this is enough of you having to process other people's emotions and things. Like, you give so much. Look at this beautiful heart, and he's on the cross. So there's just this, you've had to make a lot of sacrifices and things, is what I'm sort of seeing. This is about you coming in and healing. So with the inner heart, childhood stuff too, this is also about not deriving your value and your worth and having to please people in order to be loved and accepted. This is about you working on, you are worthy just because you exist. I can see the little heart too. Yeah, I just feel you have the most beautiful energy, and you really need to see your value, see your worth, because you're giving a lot away and it's not always coming back. And I do feel people appreciate it, but we need to have equal exchange around that. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Thank you for your question. And I just feel you have such a beautiful soul. You just have gorgeous energy. And let me see. Okay. So, thank you, Lorianne. So just want to openly express my deepest gratitude for you for creating a safe space for this group. You are very special and gifted oracle, teacher, and group leader of light workers. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for coming on and being part of our group too. You add such a beautiful light to this energy. So I appreciate that. And you're welcome. You're so welcome. And yeah, have a look at malachite. You can even get some that have a tinge of blue with it, which is helping us to communicate what we need to say on our heart as well. Thank you. Okay, next question. So Libby, let me see, you've got 2 written down. I think this one was longer. Soul gifts. What gifts can I activate that is smart and lucrative so that I can homeschool my 2 little girls? Sending love to your mama. I know what that's like, looking after your babies. And, we all want to do what we love for work and make income to support our families. So let's have a look into your gifts. So the first vision that I'm seeing around this, I do actually see 2 really tall angels standing with you. They're talking about surrender and release your fears. And I do feel with this, some of these fears are around, like, if I do what it is that I love, maybe I'm not like a master at it. Maybe I'm not like an expert at it. I'm seeing a big cross come through that, but they are showing me a pen and paper. And I do feel like there's writing involved around something that you're doing, or communication. So there's something about you communicating. They're also showing me this motion. And I feel like this is healing. There's something that you have to share with the world. There's something that you express that's healing for like a lot of the world on the planet and a lot of the people. It does feel like it is on a heart level too. But yeah, they just keep referencing you have two giant angels as guides that are with you. And they're also overseeing like this whole homeschool process with your girls as well. So there is like divine or angelic intervention. Let's flip these 4 cards over. So we have, oh, this is so interesting. You know how I was just saying, it's like Spirit's wanting to highlight where perhaps you're not seeing yourself as sort of like to the level of like what you're actually at, like you're underplaying yourself or undermining yourself. So you actually have what it takes to bring your gifts and things out into the world. So Spirit wants to give us a peace energy around that. And with the 2 of Wands, this is Mars and Aries energy. So this is also where we're visioning for the future. We're wondering what it could be like. We're designing it. And then all of a sudden, you don't really have much in between, like writing it down to jumping in the deep end. So the Magnus and then the 6 of Discs. I would encourage you, whatever it is that really has been on your heart or something that you really want, this is about you jumping in the deep end. Let me just see if there's an indicator around this. You're really good at like getting to the core or the root or seeing connections of things. And as we said for one of our beautiful other people before, there's something to do with past life energy. If you've already done this. So we have the Sun and Scorpio, 6 of Cups. We see here how all of this is like different timelines or different reality potentials. Oh, hi, gorgeous Sherry. So nice to have you here, big part of our beautiful soul family. So yeah, with that question that we have for you, Libby, 6 of Cups, I want you to feel in and meditate into different things. They're really making sure to not highlight one thing in particular, but I do see journaling, automatic writing. There's something to do with connecting with your guides and angels a lot deeper. But this one, this is like, right, I'm going to feel into this potential. What does that look like when I live and I see myself, in this particular role or in this particular job? How am I feeling? Don't be scared by fear that's coming up. This is just sometimes it'll come up as a roadblock. So I do feel to work with the fears that come up, but see what excites you and lights you up the most is more the answer that Spirit is giving us. And I do feel that there's something that they're not wanting to say publicly around like what it is in terms of option, but they are showing me writing and communication. So you can also make a choice as to how this, how you bring this out. Some people it might be a video, some people it might be a blog or a book. Okay, let's see the next question. Hopefully that makes sense. Oh, thanks, Emma. I so appreciate that. So yeah, I'm trying to get through all the questions. If you guys can, I've got about 20 minutes left. So please put your questions in all caps so I can see them and get to them as much as possible. And we have the lovely Emma. Lisa. Maybe Emma's got a question. Her daughter. So anyway, it says, "Hi, beautiful. Do you see us going to Grafton in May?" Let's get a card around that. Oh, we've got a completion energy, a 4 of Wands. This is a spiritual alignment. This is Venus and Aries. So there does look like a lot of positive yes energy around that, and the Emperor. So it does look like that potentially Johnny also traveling with you. And let me see if there's anything that we need to know around this. Okay, so we see an adjustment financially too. Because I know you guys personally, I would say this could be to do with the change in job as well. There might be more income or even potentially a bit of bonus and things to come through. So that looks like a positive. And yes, Grafton in the US. And is it the Journey to Truth conference? Is that the one at Grafton? I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting it right. Okay, I'm just trying to get to highlight all these little questions. Okay, thank you for your question, Lisa. And we have Pasha or Portia. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Hi, Solreta. Question: will I ever be successful or finding a soulmate? I think is your question. Let's have a look with that. Spirit is actually highlighting first to pick from the Ascended Masters deck. They usually will show me like what deck that they want to work with or where to sort of go. Let's see what's coming up. There is an overall message that they want you to look in, or an energy to work with around this question. Mary Magdalene. Wow. Okay. So, sacred vessel, you are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. So, even though when we think about soulmates or we think about love, a lot of this is external. We're waiting for that person to be like the other half to, to make us feel whole. With this, and with a lot of the work that I've done around love or manifestation, it's always first seeing that within yourself, or taking yourself out on dates and things of that sort of nature. So stepping into that you already have this person is what we're seeing with this Mary Magdalene card. And she is the divine feminine. I would even be working with Mary Magdalene, meditating with her around your question. But let's have a look into what comes up in the cards. Okay, so we have old limitations and belief systems that are coming up to do with past. You've walked through a bit. So 8 of Swords, 5 of Discs, and the 9 of Swords. You've had some experiences with love that maybe have felt sort of mentally imprisoning, that have caused you stress, caused you worry. And 9 of Swords energy, it's kept you up at night. It's a bit of a dark side, a dark night of the soul type energy as well. But Ace of Swords, Spirit's trying to give you a new way to think about it, a new way to look at it, a new way to also feel inspired is the word that I'm hearing. So let me just get one more card from this other deck, 6 of Cups. You know what? For 3 people now today, we've seen inner child healing. And with the Venus and the Mercury retrograde at the moment, this is a perfect time to look at it. Have a look into what it was that we got from other relationships, what it was that we loved, write a list. And then we also have where perhaps we're seeing things happen to us. So have a look. I would also say around like the victim side of it with that, and really look at maybe perhaps it's more around boundary setting, and that we don't have to step into certain thoughts or certain ways of seeing things. We can look at it in, next time I'm going to have stronger boundaries. Next time I'm going to say how I feel. Next time I'm going to say like what is acceptable to me as well. And I do feel also, so many of you on here, you guys are overgivers. You give and give and give. It's about stepping into receiving and starting to feel like getting into this place of comfortability, whether it's receiving a compliment, whether it's receiving, gifts and things. Step into this energy of being grateful to receive, because a lot of you are proving your worth through what you can give to others. So hopefully that helps to answer your question a little bit. Oh, happy birthday, Tammy. So let's have a look. So my birthday is on the 29th. I keep drawing the new beginning cards. Do you have any insights for the eclipse activated year for me? Thank you so much. Big love to you too, beautiful. And how powerful your birthday being on that day. Extra transformative for you. And thank you. So thank you, Pasha. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I'm going through. I could feel it like emotionally, empathically. Spirit wants the best for you is what I'm really feeling. So lean into that Mary Magdalene energy. It is a little bit more unusual for me to go to the guides card, the Ascended Masters card, sorry. But I do feel that like they're wanting to help you overcome and to tap into that deeper archetype as well. So let's have a look for Tammy. And I've got 5 cards. Oh my gosh, we've got the Sun card. So with you, so you kept drawing the new beginning card, you're saying. So the insight for the eclipse activated year for you. So we do see the Sun card come up. And I'm also I'm hearing the word purging when I see 3 of Swords. So you're going to be working on staying in happiness, staying in joy, purging 3 of Swords energy. This is sometimes things that we want to get off our chest. It is Saturn and Libra. So it's sometimes where we've tried to control or not even release our feelings and emotions. Sometimes this is where we keep our grief and our pain and things in. Traditionally, this card does represent sometimes things happening behind our back. I'm not really feeling it in this way. I feel like in this way, this is holding your tongue in regards to certain people, relationship, family dynamics. It sort of feels like, or sort of feeling like, okay, I'm just going to keep the peace. I'm just going to, it's throat chakra energy is what I get with this one. In a traditional Three of Swords, you see it through the heart. In this one, it's all connected around throat chakra area. So I do feel you're actually going to be stepping into speaking your heart, speaking your mind a lot more. Three of Cups, this is a really beautiful, abundant energy. It's also your mind and intuition working in unison. So your intuition is going to get much deeper, and I can't wait to show you one of these other cards. But Queen of Cups, you're going to fall into deeper trusting, deeper nurturing yourself, and the Hierophant. So there may even be potential to double down on your gifts and abilities and start to actually, and I do feel this is like Neptune energy around because I'm getting shown Neptune too. So I'm not sure like where that would be in your chart or transits and things, but I feel that you're coming into a much more clear sort of like sense of knowing is what I'm seeing with this as well. So hopefully that helps. And so lovely to pick a question for you right before your birthday. Hopefully you're joining us for the manifestation event with Soul Alchemy Potions. It'd be amazing to have you there for your birthday. All right, let me see what we've got next. And we have the beautiful Becca. So, question, I've been getting the message to work on ancestral healing. Any details or suggestions on how I should go about that? The first thing I see is Viking energy, and we've got the card of lust, the Two of Wands, the Three of Cups. We also have the Six of Cups. You're really doing this. You're like spotting and identifying. I feel like this is more kind of like communication around this or confirmation. So we also had the Three of Swords come out too. So I do feel this is taking out certain swords and things from like old ancestry wounds. And we'll ask, I feel like we need to clarify too. So the lust card, Two of Wands. This is also not just about sort of like revision and looking at like the landscape of what we want to build. It's also looking at what keeps us stuck in duality. So with the ancestral work, where is the ancestor energy keeping you in duality at the moment? Where is it that you felt that plateau or that kind of held back stagnant sort of energy? And with duality, Earth being the realm in which we learn about duality, or we're here to kind of transcend that, where there's positive and negative. This is always about you getting that connection back to God. And that's how we overcome Two of Wands energy, or we receive the vision of the blueprint of what we desire to build. So have a look at with the ancestry side of it, spotlighting into what is it that you want to achieve out of this? What is it that you could even ask your ancestors to help heal with? And I do feel it is the Three of Swords energy, taking some of that out. And there's something around trust as well with that from the ancestral side of things, not necessarily yours. But yeah, we've got abundance, we've got success. So I do feel that you do it. Let me just ask for a card around if there's any kind of like therapy side of things. So we have a Five of Wands and we have a Princess of Cups. So this is something spiritual that will help you to connect, to see a higher vision and to see into higher realm. I definitely would highly suggest a session with Jake with hypnosis around this, just based on these cards and also just like the feeling coming through. The other thing you could do would be, I like to set up crystal grids and lay inside the crystal grid and help sort of open up to, I guess, to higher knowledge, information. And because I know who you are as well, I know that you also know about protection, because I wouldn't recommend that to everyone. So hopefully that helps to have a look into that. And okay, so we've got Britt Marit. So Rita, can you please see if a device, AHA, Halo can help me? Let's have a look into that. It's interesting. The first thing that I saw or felt as I was reading that, I saw and felt emotions coming to the surface. There's something that it helps work with. I don't know the device personally. There's something that it helps unlock and dissolve and release emotion-wise, but it's frequency. So it may be some kind of like frequency device that's helping to heal and release certain emotions, is sort of like what they're showing me. So it's kind of like more of a subtle type shift. And remembering the thoughts, feelings, and emotions also sometimes, when they're knotted up or we're storing them in the emotional body, they can embed into the pain body or the physical body. So this could be how it's working to break and shift things even on a physical level. The other thing that we have card-wise around this looks successful. I would be interested to hear more about this device, because we've got a 3 of disc and a 10 of disc. We then have two sixes, a 6 of wands and a 6 of cups. So this is a victory card. It's also, for me, sometimes it's a card of healing, new timeline energies. This is also sometimes working with, see, it looks like frequency pushing the water back. And this is also working with the pineal crystals and the ears. This is sort of like rewriting the blueprint from the higher and then down into the physical. And a 10 of disc is a good sign too, like things coming into fruition or completion. And it might also be a bit of an expensive, oh, okay, cool. It is a frequency device. Yeah, I'd love to see more on that. Maybe if you want to drop a link into the chat for others that are interested too. And let me see. Next question. Oh, Ken, thank you for your question. So what will come later from the last discovery under the Giza pyramid? Do you know, I haven't looked into this, but I do sort of like get the feeling that we're not getting told the whole truth. So that's been my main awareness around that. I posted something on Facebook the other day to do with that too. So not to believe everything that we're shown, and there's a bit of distraction energy. I just saw my Knight of Wands too, which is always, there's something underneath. There's like a bigger thing subconsciously. You know what? The biggest thing I'm getting out of this, Ken, just shuffling, I actually feel this is about us personally unlocking our divine memories and our experiences that we've all had as a soul group around the pyramids, and not just believing anything that is told to us. It's actually for us to tap in, and for us to tap into the etheric energy of the place. So putting your protection up, and even traveling, like whether it's like Greg's work, like the astral travel, or sort of just even frequency wise, letting that unfold in your DNA is what I'm seeing as well, letting it speak to your DNA. So feeling connected, maybe even connect to your heart and mind to that place. And I'm seeing threads coming back to us. So let's flip the cards around that. Thank you for the cool question. So interesting. I didn't realize we had 6 cards. This is ultimately for kind of the healing and awakening of humanity, if we can look at it this way. And there is definitely some, like, this is what it is, and then kind of trying to keep people stuck from finding the truth or seeing the bigger side of it that we have here. Oh, thank you for joining. We have some new people. Lovely. So we have the Fool card with the 5 of Cups. So with this, we're definitely on a journey, but there's limitations being put. There's a bit of disappointment energy. So we've got, this is Mars and Scorpio. So there could even be a little bit of, I want to say the word warring, but I don't want to say it, if that makes sense. Oh, thank you, Becca. I so appreciate that. Thank you, beautiful Solreta. I appreciate you so much. Highly recommend everyone getting a reading. They are life-changing. Oh, sending big hugs to you, gorgeous. Thank you. That's so sweet. So yeah, what I feel with this question, Ken, let me just pop it back up. So we have Ace of Cups. This is no matter what we are shown, because we've got another 5 of wands. So they're sort of like giving us a little bit of the picture, but it's so we don't look further, or so that we keep hanging on for them to give us more information. But where we see more, where we gather more, this is for us to tap in. So Spirit is literally giving us this giant cup, saying, I want you to feel into it. And then we have the star. This is the ET energy. So feel into your ancestry connections to the ET side of it, and not just the ET side of it, the soul side of it. This is not about deriving information from someone externally, because the star card, she's not sort of someone who gathers the knowledge from books. She's she's there connected to the divine. And then we see the Magnus. So the Magnus has earth, air, fire, and water. He's kind of the fifth element. And remember in the movie, The Fifth Element, it's when she's placed in the center of the temple, the light activates and comes out of her. So we have a bit of this answer to the question. So Ken, I just want to say thank you so much for that question. It's super, super cool. And really, oh my gosh, I want to research now on a spiritual psychic level. That'd be cool. Maybe even a little soul family trip there would be awesome too. And I can see Rainbow Sun saying, I think the Emerald Tablets, it says that there is a portal in the whole of Amente that goes directly to source. Wow, I didn't get to see that before, but that would also make sense to what we're seeing in the cards. See, this is where we have like the coolest soul community, because you guys have so much knowledge as well. Oh, please pop. I maybe have time for only one or two more, but pop your question in all caps so that I can see it. Thank you. And what have we got? Okay, so Ben, and I'm sorry if I've missed anyone's questions. We will do another one of these potentially next month. I do love doing these for you. Oh, and I will be putting out the astrology. So that will come out in the start of April. Just depends timing-wise if I can do it this weekend, but it will either be end of March or start of April. You will see all of the zodiac readings for your sign. So check your sun, moon, your rising, and you can also check your Venus as well. So Ben, am I traveling in my new chapter? We've got 5 cards for you, my friend. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So it's a destiny card, but we see at the moment, there's an in-between before we have success. So what we're sort of seeing on, you're definitely kind of feeling more into what it is that you want to do, but we're seeing things on a very physical, practical level that is sort of like setbacks or unexpected. This is Saturn energy with Taurus. So this is connected with like home and finance and things of that sort of nature. We then have the Tower card and the Nine of Swords. So there is something around those things that maybe might be keeping you up at night, but we have a 9 of disc. This is a card connected to do with Venus and Virgo. For me, it's connected with community too. And let me see if there's anything else Spirit gives us around this. The World card, and then an 8 of Cups. So I do feel there's 2 different questions for this. And yeah, definitely happy to look into it for you on a deeper level. But what I see with this is the World card or the universe, there's an ending that comes with the new beginning. So I don't feel it's sort of keeping 2 things in flow. It's a little bit sort of like one or the other type energy or mindset. And then we have the 8 of Cups. So this is sometimes where we feel restricted or we feel cut off or we feel like there's a frustration or kind of like a grinding energy of this is what I want and we can see it and it's the star and we're like trying to swim to it, but the water, the emotion is keeping us weighed down. Or perhaps sort of like this energy with the Taurus energy, seven of disc. And this I often see as a nest. So it sometimes can be, you know, what it is that we have our sense of duties and things that maybe sometimes keep us in positions and things that we're it's like the way Spirit's showing it, it's like what we think we have to do versus doing like what it is that we would love to do. And yeah, other people wanting to know about that device too. It sounds really, really cool. So yeah, hopefully that helps, Ben. You can always send me a personal message as well. Let me see. Okay, so what is Shireen Vaz Rayo feeling when will he communicate? Sure, let me have a look into that. And welcome to being on this channel first time as well. Okay, the word I'm hearing from Spirit first is stubbornness. So you might be dealing with someone that is a little bit stubborn, a little bit like digging their heels in, a little bit hard to move. All of a sudden, I'm feeling like this area start to glow and start to like come up. I would be working with them in what I call the angel cafe. So it's where you ask your higher self to invite their higher self into the angel cafe. And sometimes where you're getting someone's heel stick in, and we see it here with the Taurus energy, Prince of Disc, which is interesting because, yeah, you can just sort of feel that kind of like bullheaded type energy around this. So, yeah, in regards to that, you're welcome, Ben. So in regards to this, we have a Seven of Swords. So there may have been, sometimes this is like, Seven of Swords can be where we're having to hold strong to keep that frequency, and things will come in to try and shift things and change it. It's often a card that represents just being careful. How would I say? Seven of Swords, it's like be careful, listen to your intuition, your feeling about the people, place, or situation, and not just what they're telling or saying to you. This is about feeling into, do you have things come up? And you have great intuition as well. We've got a Six of Cups. So the main theme, I think, for today, for a lot of our beautiful audience, has been having a look into anything that's coming up pattern wise. And this would also be because we're going through the Venus and the Mercury retrograde. So what is it that's coming up to be healed? So sometimes it's where other people have done us wrong and we have to kind of be the one to heal or the one to say. And your pattern might be being that you don't have to go down to their level. So there's a little bit sort of kind of a stubbornness that this person has around that. Queen of Cups, this is you having love and compassion for yourself. And a Six of Wands, this is you stepping into the higher timeline that you want. So this would also be, thank you, Lorianne. So yeah, Six of Wands, this is Jupiter and Leo. So it does feel that you will get back to a place where you will actually like hear communication from them again. We've got a Four of Cups and an Ace of Cups. So it could still be like a little bit, a cups would usually represent like a month. This is a Four of Cups. So we can also, of course, always step into the six energies and speed up that timeline. So I would say definitely like do that work where you're visioning them reaching out to you, you're visioning them, you know, communicating, starting to soften, starting to feel like they have to come to you to say something. You can definitely work with it in that way. But I keep feeling it's to speak to their higher self. They keep highlighting like a big blue ball energy around throat chakra. Yeah. So it does feel like there's a few throat chakra issues, which would be Mercury communication energy with this retrograde. So just to let you guys know, it is the 7th of April that the Mercury retrograde will finish. We'll have the shadow period for 2 more weeks, and the Venus retrograde will finish on the 12th. So there's a lot of like revision X stuff happening at the moment, relationships ending. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys today. And please also remember, if you've bought a potion, have a look out for the email because you will have an invite in your inbox. And this will be the invitation to the new moon in Aries, supermoon, and partial solar eclipse. So the moon's going to be really close to Earth at this time. So it's a huge energy of spiritual transformation. We're going to be, not only has the other eclipses worked to help set this up, with this being in Aries, this is like a firecracker of a new moon. So this is why I put the drumming picture there as well. It's literally like we're tribally going to be calling something in. We're really going to anchor something deep with this one. So grab your potion and come along, and you will see we also have the bundles available. So this is probably the best value to get like all 6 together, and it gives you a chance to be able to work with any potion when different moods and emotions and things come up too. It's so healing to be able to work with it in that way. And I also have, for those of you who want to explore your own psychic senses a bit deeper, the How to Read Auras course that I have too. So this is my lifetime of knowledge and expertise that I've poured into teaching you guys my tools and techniques, as well as really helping you clear out any belief systems around your ability and vision to see. So I love the testimonies that I've received. I probably need to get them all together so I can show you guys. Let me just come to the bottom. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. I'm glad that I got to read for you. Well, I'm sending you all love, and I look forward to seeing you guys on Mason Jupiter on Friday. It's going to be wonderful having Barry Littleton back on. So that will just be divine, lovely guest and friend of mine. And look out for the zodiacs as well. Look out for your sun, moon, your rising, your Cancer sign. I've just been working on like the astrology side of it, and oh my gosh, adventure, romance, travel, finance is highlighting for a lot of the 12 signs. So, yeah. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you, everyone. Much love to you guys too. Bye.